Now, parents who work from home, you'll get this. It's half term, right? Kids are off school. It's impossible to get any work done in a house where you've got kids running around, bored, you know, desperate for something to do. Last night I took them 10-pin bowling. This morning I've taken them to the cinema to watch Coco. Great movie, by the way, if you're a parent. Even if you're not a parent, it's still a great movie. Coco, go see it. Anyway, right now, work has been backing up for the last few days. So Claire has very kindly taken the kids out for a few hours to allow me to crack on. So I have got a reasonably long Formula E article to write for a South African magazine, and I need to get on with it. But first, coffee. So finished the Formula E piece that I've just written, which is really interesting. The fam is back as well, by the way. It's really interesting writing about the history of Formula E, and it's interesting in itself just saying that Formula E has a history, because it seems still like the new kid on the block in motorsport terms, but actually into its 4th season it's actually come an awful long way. For those who don't know, Formula E was originally the idea of FIA President Jean Todt, and so the story goes that he met for lunch with Alejandro Agag, told him his idea. Alejandro kind of scribbled down some notes on the back of a napkin from the restaurant they were eating in, and it's that napkin that essentially formed the basis of the idea that then became Formula E. And it was, of course, Alejandro Agag who took that idea and that little napkin and turned it into reality. And subsequently into what we have now, which is a hugely successful, rapidly growing international form of motorsport with more manufacturers, global automotive manufacturers in it than any other, you know, international type of motorsport right now. That in itself tells you a huge amount about the success of the series. It's set out, of course, with some major goals, and they were largely to promote the use of electric vehicles and to promote the use of electric vehicles in city centres, which is of course where they're needed most. And that, you know, I guess you've got to say has been a big tick. They've managed to achieve that. There are now more and more electric vehicles springing up all over the place, left, right and centre. Some of those from directly within the Formula E paddock. If you think about the Neo Formula E team, for example, have gone away and created some electric vehicles that are now coming to market. Faraday Future were involved, also bringing an electric car to market. So you've got to say that that aim has largely been fulfilled, at least to some extent. It was also to promote the technology that goes into these electric vehicles, and you've got to say that that's been a massive tick, because not only is the technology within Formula E come on hugely and been developing at such a rapid rate that would never have happened if it wasn't for Formula E, but we've also been developing in the background, you know, engineers who are now proficient in this technology. Those engineers that have come through Formula E and been pushing the boundaries of this technology for, you know, nearly 4 years now, are now some of the brightest engineering minds in the electric drivetrain business, and are highly sought after, not only within the Formula E paddock, but out in the real world, the automotive world as well. One of its other aims was to generally make electric cars cool, and you know, I think that's also been achieved to some extent. People are starting to realise that electric cars are no longer just glorified milk floats, which I think was the perception when all this started, and one of the reasons that Formula E was laughed at so much right in the beginning. People are not laughing so much anymore now. Come on, you can make it through the mud. Looks like it could be a bit of rain in the air, Rex. I think me and you should go and camp out in the pub for a bit, don't you? Come on then.
Definitely.
So it looks like the torrential rain shower passed, but hey, better be safe than sorry. So we survived that, and on the way home I just wanted to really have this quick video to sort of celebrate Formula E really, and just to say what a success it's been, and to congratulate all those involved, because it really has been one of the biggest successes of any new motorsport championship in the last, I mean, as long as I can remember. We've seen lots of them come and go and fail, or kind of just get by and just do okay. Formula E has been a meteoric success, and after the first couple of years no one quite knew how it was going to go, whether it was going to survive or not, but instead of the roof caving in, there you go, tenuous reference, instead of the roof caving in, instead of the wheels falling off the championship, it's gone from strength to strength. So, you know, congratulations to everybody at Formula E. You know, what do you think of it? As we've had this discussion before, but what do you think of Formula E? I know there was a huge amount of scepticism in the beginning. Is that still there? I know it's diminished. You know, you can't fail to have taken notice of what Formula E have done. But what do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Can you see a future where Formula E is the primary form of motorsport? Let me know. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it around with your mates, and I'll see you next time. One last thought to leave you with, and I know that this is going to be controversial in some circles. I'm going to issue a statement and I would like you to discuss. Here you go. Formula E has the strongest driver lineup in general across the board of any international motorsport, including Formula 1. Let me know what you think of that.